Hello again, Dr. Mitt here. Wanted to make a video just to help you if you need the help in reviewing for the upcoming assessment, particularly the question regarding the three realms of knowing diagram. Before I actually start drawing the diagram, I wanted to remind you the reason that we need to understand the unity of knowledge. No true knowledge should ever be in conflict with or be competing with any other true knowledge. If there is a competition between, let's say, something that we understand from the metaphysical realm and something that we understand from the realm of science, the scientific realm, that perhaps maybe just one of our interpretations of data is incorrect. So just because there is an apparent conflict doesn't mean there's a true conflict. It just could be that our interpretation of the available data is incorrect, or we could have flaws in our data. But it is important to understand that there is a unity of knowledge, that science doesn't compete with the documentary realm, the historical way of approaching a question, or the metaphysical realm. All of these are important, and we do truly need each realm to gain a full understanding of reality. We want to have a true picture of reality. That's what we're after. And at our school, we say that we are diligent in seeking truth, and so we want to be pursuing truth using all of the realms of knowledge that are available to us. So let me just add to the board here a heading, 3 realms of knowing. And we've practiced this before. I'll try to do a reasonably good circle. That's not a great one for me, but we are going to start with this, and we're going to have within this 3 mutually intersecting circles. Each of these circles here represents a realm of knowing, one of the 3 realms of knowing. So the first of these, maybe appropriately since this is science class, is the scientific realm of knowing. The second is the documentary realm of knowing. And the third is what I call the metaphysical realm of knowing. Doesn't quite fit in the over in this little space, but the scientific, the documentary, and the metaphysical realms of knowing. With each of these 3 realms, we have a framework for understanding kind of how knowledge is gained in that realm. So we always say that each realm can only answer a particular type of question. So the scientific realm answers scientific questions, not surprisingly. It answers scientific questions. And what do we use to answer those questions? It uses observation and experimentation. So if we're using the scientific method, or what some people refer to as the scientific enterprise, we use that to answer scientific questions, and we use observation and experimentation to answer those questions. In the documentary realm, we are answering, or it answers, historical questions. And it uses various kinds of documents. So to answer historical questions, we use various kinds of documents. And we always, it's our habit to actually give examples. So I'm going to put EX here, a period. Some examples of kinds of documents that help us to answer historical questions. In my class, things like rocks and fossils. Those are documents in the Earth's crust that help us to answer historical questions. Geology is actually an historical science. But we could also have things like journals and diaries that could help us to answer historical questions, we could have things like correspondence. Correspondence here, of course, I'm meaning things like letters that people write to one another. Or we could have things like government records. Things like birth certificates or death certificates, or the congressional record that keeps track of what is happening in the House of Representatives and in the Senate. And there are many, many. We've come up with lists in class of in excess of 40 different types of documents that we might use to help answer historical questions. The metaphysical realm, what type of questions does it answer? It answers what I call ultimate questions. Ultimate questions. And by ultimate, it could have to do with life and death things. It could have to do with the stuff of everyday life, determining whether or not something is fair or unfair, whether or not something is good or bad, whether or not something is right or wrong. Those are the types of questions that we actually have to deal with every day. Science doesn't answer those questions for us. And even historical documents, purely historical documents, don't do that either. But these are questions that we need to have answers for. And what do we use to answer these sorts of questions? Well, this uses worldview assumptions, beliefs, and convictions. These could be spiritual or religious sorts of beliefs and convictions, or just different things that you assume about the way the world operates. But this is the stuff that we use to answer those ultimate questions about right and wrong, good and bad, fair and unfair, what is beautiful, what is ugly. How do we make those determinations? The only thing that we haven't done here is we haven't labeled this atmosphere, this environment in which all pursuit of true knowledge has to happen. And you may remember that we have order and reason, and we have curiosity and creativity. And finally, we have activity and application. So we have two C words and two A words. Here we have ORCA, ORCA, if you will. Order just means that there's a certain expectation that, as we do science, for instance, that we can get the same results if we have all of the same parameters, if we have all of the same conditions for an experiment, that we'll get the same results if we follow those carefully. Reason, we would expect that everything is logical, that it is reasonable, that things will fit together. And hence, what we get from the three realms of knowing, from the scientific and from the historical and the metaphysical, or the documentary and the metaphysical, these are all things that must somehow fit together if we're going to get a true picture of reality, a true understanding of the way things really are in the world. And so curiosity and creativity, we can understand that we need those, whether it's not just that we're curious about the world, but we follow through by doing activity and then trying to apply what we learn. Creativity, curiosity, these are things that we understand that you're not going to learn anything new if you're not curious about it, if you're not creative in approaching that particular question. And activity could apply to drama and theater, where we have understood things through one of these realms, but now we're expressing that in some way. It could be visually, it could be through dance, it could be through dramatic production. But that activity is a response to the things that we have come to understand through doing science, or through doing historical research, or doing philosophical, theological thinking about the ultimate questions of life, and just what we use in our daily lives to make choices about right and wrong and good and bad and whatnot. So this is the complete three realms of knowing diagram. The scientific, the documentary, and the metaphysical realms. Again, the scientific realm answers scientific questions and uses observation and experimentation. The documentary realm answers historical questions and uses various kinds of documents, such as these that I've listed. The metaphysical realm answers ultimate questions, uses our worldview, beliefs, assumptions, convictions. Put an S on there. And then the environment or the atmosphere in which all truth pursuit, all pursuit of true knowledge happens, requires that things are orderly, that there is a reason, that there's a logic. These will involve curiosity and creativity, as well as activity and application. We don't get knowledge and then leave it on a shelf or in a file cabinet. We actually put that knowledge to work so that problems can be solved. The example that we talked about in class was somebody finding a cure for cancer and leaving it locked away in a cabinet. That doesn't help anyone. So we want to move from the idea of knowledge to the idea of wisdom. And that move involves making right choices, not just saying, oh, I know something or I've learned something, but how can that knowledge be put to work to actually help people and to solve problems? So thanks for your attention. I hope that you found this review of the three realms of knowing diagram helpful. And if you have questions, of course, come to me. Thank you for your attention. Farewell for now.